Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for The Lord and a Lady. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. To play the song the easiest, we need a capo on the 5th fret. If you're in need of a capo, there is a link to one in the description below, so feel free to check that out. However, digging in with the introduction, we have 4 chords to play, and the first chord is going to be a C major chord, which, in reference to the capo, will be 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, an open G, 1 on the B, and an open E. We won't play the low E string for this chord. I'll talk over all of the other chords of the introduction, then I'll talk about strumming and structure afterwards. The second chord, G major chord, which is 3 on the E string, 2 on the A string, 0, 0, 0 on the D, G and B, and then 3 on the high E. If you're familiar with G major, which includes your ring finger on fret 3 of the B string, it's just 2 different voicings of the same chord. Go for whichever one you're familiar with. Chord number 3 of 4 is an A minor, which is an open A string, 2, 2 on the D and G, 1 on the B, and an open E. We won't play the low E string. And the final chord we need is going to have 2 variants of it. We have an F major chord, which is 3 on the D, 2 on the G, 1, 1 on the B and E. But partway through this chord, mostly through all of the song, what we'll do is add the little finger to fret 3 on the high E string. That just makes an F major add 9. So what's going to happen is we're counting in groups of 6 for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for a lot of this, there are kind of subtle variants of the strumming, but as long as you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll slowly play that through the introduction, and also take note of the F chord. Halfway through, that's when the little finger comes on. I'll try and make that really obvious. So through the introduction, every chord gets 6 beats, except the F is going to be doubled up for the introduction. So when you get to the F, you can do that for the introduction. However, throughout most of the rest of the song, the F chord will just get 1 bar, or just 6 beats. So when the vocals come in for verse number 1, we have very, very similar kind of chord ideas going on. We start off with C to G, A minor to F, but then there is a bit of a change. So I'll just play through the full first verse and I'll shout out the chords as I go. So C major, G, A minor, F. It then almost repeats. C, G, F, and then F again. So yeah, 2 parts to this. The first part of the verse, C, G, A minor, F, and then immediately after that, C to G and 2 lots of F, where you can add in that extra little finger. Everything that I've just said there will repeat for the first verse, so you play that round twice. Now throughout this song, there's kind of very subtle changes in the chords. I don't think Wayon likes to stick to one set of chords, he likes to jumble them up quite a bit. So it's worth mentioning that if you would like the chord chart for this, which has all the chords with the full structure, as well as a sheet with the chords and lyrics matched up, let's say you're singing along or playing along, and you need to know which chord goes with which lyric, head on over to Patreon, I've got you covered. For the price of a coffee, you get access to not only this song, but over 600 other songs of all the latest releases, including a bunch of Wayon's songs as well. So yeah, feel free to check that out in the link in the description. However, let's dig in with the chorus. Now the chorus changes things up yet again. We have C to G, then 2 lots of F. And hopefully you could see on that second time round of the F, I added that little finger in for the F major add 9. You're going to play those chords 3 times in a row, and then on the final time round the chorus we have C to G, F major, and G. So yeah, 3 times round of C, G, and 2 lots of F, and then 1 time round of C, G, F, G. Moving on into the next part of the song, we have a post-chorus, and the post-chorus is just like the first part of the chorus, which was C, G, and 2 lots of F, where you add that extra finger. We then get a bit of good news. Looking over to my notes, which is what's available on Patreon, we have a second verse, which is exactly the same as the first verse. We then have another chorus, which annoyingly is slightly different to the first, only by a little bit though. So in the first verse, we played C, G, and 2 lots of F 3 times round. This chorus, 4 times round. Then, on the 5th time round, you do what you did in the first verse. C to G, F to G. Very frustrating, but yeah, just one extra time round that you've got to try and remember, or if you have the sheets, you can just follow it there. We're getting close to the end of the song now, but we have a brand new part. This is a post-chorus of sorts, which is different to the first post-chorus, which is frustrating. But yeah, we have A minor to G, F, up to G. We then have an outro to end the song, which quietly is C, to G, A minor, to F. And if you like, at the very end you could play a C major chord, which will end the song quite nicely. And there we go, there is a brand new song by Wayon. I've covered a lot of his songs, I think a lot of them are really, really interesting. And yeah, if you found that interesting, please do like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. And also consider getting that extra material over on Patreon. In fact, just a quick thanks to the people scrolling by on the page. There are 115 names there, so I've got quite a good community over on Patreon, which is what those guys are. And they'll get access to the sheets that I mentioned straight away the moment this video goes live. So, thanks to them for their support, thanks to you for watching, I'll catch you in the next one.